Welcome back. Excuse me. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. We got test 123 versus Team here in this best of three. And right now, Team is up 1-0 here in the PGL Bucharest Minor North American Qualifiers. I'm BreakyCPK, joined by Elevated. Draft is underway. We got a first pick, Grimstroke, followed up by a Phoenix Terrorblade now.
Radiant team
and this is going to be a pretty quick pick of Sand King, second for our Radiant squad. So a fast start to this draft, but man, that last game, again, just team came together. The Phantom Assassin got the farm. They played it well with their strategy. They looked good. They looked good in that one. I'm expecting a similar thing here in game 2. Are you still muted by chance? Or did you leave me? All right, my co-caster is officially AFK, so he'll be back shortly, I'm sure.
Hello.
There we go. What's up?
Just grabbing some food real quick.
How dare you. It's only a third best of 3 that we have here, so understandable. But no, I was going over how team again. They looked very good there in the first game. Expecting that kind of trend to continue, and so test 123 has the work cut out for them when it comes to this game too. But a Grimstroke Sand King opening, it's already fun potential at least, you know, with that Soulbind, and continue to be excited to see the synergy of that ability.
A significantly different opener for test 123. Team opting to go with exactly what worked last game. Feeling comfortable with that draft and the way that they played it.
5 seconds remaining.
So not too surprised. A lot of teams do this where they win a game and they'll just immediately open with the exact same thing. Maybe switch it up in picks 2, 3, or 3, 4, and 5. But they may not. We'll see.
Up to them. They ban the Centaur as well as the Brewmaster. Again, you have that the Spirit Breaker ban thrown in there with the Beastmaster and the Elder Titan. But that's a hero that has been getting a lot of attention, at least in this NA region. I don't know if it's actually similar in the other regions. Can't say I've been watching enough of that. Focus on casting this one, of course. But we've seen the whole Darkseer, Spirit Breaker combo. But Grimstroke especially paired up with either Spirit Breaker or Phantom Assassin comes to mind. And PA is still there. Now, in Test 123's case, they'd be picking up a PA into a Terrorblade, which we've seen a lot of these Terrorblade responses to PA as kind of that natural counter with the heavy armor. So, I don't know. Part of me wants to say you could still do it and get away with it. It's not like PA can't win against a Terrorblade. But
we've definitely seen it work before. Once she gets the BKB, she can still jump Terrorblade and kill him.
It gets a little harder, though. Bane now picked up in that third spot from Team. Obviously, plenty of lockdown, including that piercing of the BKB. So that could be a deterrent. Let's go a different direction.
Really interesting choice of bans in the first phase by test 123. The Elder Titan, Beastmaster, Spirit Breaker. Beastmaster in particular seems like something that we haven't really been seeing banned. So maybe looking for some sort of split pushy hero that would be countered by that.
Dire team pick.
Oh, okay. Look at the Shadow Shaman, brings a bit of split push himself. And you anticipate it to be a support hero, but we know that we've had some core Shadow Shamans make appearances. But yeah, we'll lean towards the support. And when it comes to responding to that split pushing, so far Team not the best at that. I'm sure they're going to address that at least somewhat in their final 2 picks, though.
Double Hex, double Shackle seems pretty nice.
Oh, yeah, I wasn't even thinking about the Soulbind. True. Good synergy there. And the Enigma going to be the response right now. And so far, not a piercing effect for stopping the Black Hole BKB.
Nothing there yet.
10 seconds remaining.
As soon as they pick up that second support, they say, okay, well, no silence. No silencer. Let's go ahead and pick up the Enigma, who gives us a huge amount of team fight, comboing that with the Phoenix Egg, Terrorblade Reflection as well.
Faceless Void.
The Ritsu Void.
Now that's good at stopping things.
It is indeed.
Pretty good. So yeah, the Chronos bound to happen. We saw Ritsu Void in Game 1 of the first series. Now, it would seem like a coin flip, I'm not going to lie. There were some Chronos that were just not there. A little awkward at times, but then there was others, that whole 4-man Chrono he had the one time. And he definitely had some clutch ones in the game as well, so excited to see the Chronospheres this game around.
Yeah, it's not going to be the easiest Void game. You just have to deal with the Bane, Fiend's Grip,
Team
the sleep setup on top of him as well. Enigma Black Hole, obviously pretty good against everybody, ever. But he definitely can counter the Terrorblade.
Go back to, though, needing that mid-hero maybe to assist as far as pumping in damage. Do that Chronosphere would be nice.
10 seconds
Final spot.
remaining.
Pugna was banned, so not going to see that.
5 seconds
They could do the DK again. I believe, if I remember correctly, yeah, that was the DK game we got the early Radiance. Right now, that seems like that'd be decent. They're building damage. It's a Shadow Shaman right now, really, so some more wouldn't hurt.
Yeah, definitely. And it would solve the issue of needing somebody who kind of tanks the first round of spells from Team, because Team sure has a lot of them.
Yeah.
You want somebody to eat a bunch of that and then have Chronosphere come in on top. So I definitely like that idea.
We're going to start dipping into that reserve time for their final ban, though, because Team would have the final pick, of course. So
Radiant team pick.
Go with the Lone Druid ban right here. Interesting. Another pick.
We have seen Roya play that before, so it would give them another kind of ranged option, hard to catch because he's so fast.
10 seconds remaining.
Gives them early damage. Team definitely needs somebody
5 seconds
aggressive
remaining.
in the mid lane because they have very slow heroes. When I say slow, Phoenix, Terrorblade, Enigma, all three of them extremely ultimate dependent. They don't have the best combo with the Bane either.
Well, Mirana's on the board. Not your popular hero right now, but there's that Bane synergy. And of course, comes online a lot quicker than others.
Yeah, could be aggressive. You could also go with Alina. Alina's not banned. Nope.
Dire team pick.
OD.
I haven't seen the OD game yet, but we keep seeing the occasional bans on this hero, and despite the conversation piece of this hero is just trash, it feels like competitive players, there's those niche times where it just makes sense. And they like it here.
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, some interesting interactions.
5
I mean,
seconds
it
remaining.
does give the save against the Fiend's Grip. You could save people in the Black Hole. The splash damage now from the Arcane Orb. Yeah, the Arcane Orb has the splash, and then the extra damage against illusions as well is pretty good. It's also an up-tempo hero that can fight early and on. Has basically no downtime. I mean, sure, the Sanity's Eclipse you want to have for a fight, but if you don't have it, it's still a strong hero. Which could give Ritsu some more time to farm. And it's a lot of damage to put in the Chronosphere as well.
Yeah, that does answer that quite a bit. I'm trying to think here. Something like a Puck is still on the board as well for Team. Another hero that could give a little more control. More quicker to get online. Anything else really standing out? Again, Ember Storm, those would be pretty bad this game. Really, there's plenty of control from test321.
Yeah, Odie also destroys PA in lane, so maybe kind of daring Team to pick the hero again.
Well, we have our answer here.
Mirana, choose your hero.
Hey, we talked about that hero.
Yeah, it is the Mirana. Yeah, a little more. Not the most popular in this patch right now, but it's the Bane synergy. They're coming online sooner, as we talked about. So think it makes sense.
It doesn't get too owned by OD. It's going to be a little rough, though. He's going to have to get a pretty early BKB. Otherwise, he's going to get locked down in fights. Even the time dilation from Void, pretty good against Mirana.
Yeah. I'm mesmerized by this bunny mount.
The $850 cosmetic.
So cute.
I just thought the Juggernaut sword, the Crimson Witness one, from worth like $1,700.
Jeez.
That's what it's being sold for right now. Really sad that I didn't drop that one.
Aren't we all? Aren't we all? All right, so game 2, team. They're the ones up 1-0. The lineup once again has its strengths, but I'm really interested to see this OD performance and what it does and how CCNC plays it. Because again, a hero that's been pretty dead to the competitive meta at least for quite a while. I feel like going back in the last season even. Making the appearance here.
I think I like test321's lineup a little bit better. Team just seems a little bit too greedy. Too ulti-reliant.
Yeah, that was a big thing you're stressing. Can't test123 capitalize on that. As far as the Soulbind synergy goes, the Astral Imprisonment's another thing that could be interesting. I don't know. Double Astral. Doesn't sound as strong as others.
My prayers are answered.
I think the Rasta is going to benefit the most from that Soulbind.
The double Astral you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, most likely. The double Hex, I mean, that's a very strong... That's all you really need on top of the Soulbind. Double Hex, fight's over.
So yeah, this new Equilibrium spell, again, it has even been getting buffed in the post patches. Both B and C received a bit more buffs, just kind of tempting the player base to be like, all right, fine, you know, here's a little bit more, here's a little bit more. And now we're starting to see him break through.
Well, it's kind of interesting that they tied the slow to that spell instead of to the orb or the Astral Imprisonment.
True. Yeah, give it more reason to use the ability, I guess is the big thing. To level it up, perhaps that, again, I'm not an OD player, I don't know what we're going to see as far as the early build goes, but maybe just at least that 1 point earlier on, if anything with a slow, though 12% slow is not the craziest.
No, but I think you just have to get it so you can actually get mana back.
Yeah,
otherwise this hero is going to completely run out.
Team 4 heroes down here. Phoenix laying the eggs.
30 seconds to battle.
So 1 versus 1 at the top lane. You got Sand King versus Terrorblade. Goes back to, you can be greedy if you're going up against Terrorblade like this, because we see so many times where Terrorblades are just so scared to try to fight for a bounty rune. So test123 is picking up on that. And they're acting like maybe there's more up there, but really it's just Sand King.
Yeah, they're going to get 3 as a result.
The battle begins.
Fanboy's going to try for this. He's just going to give it up. Interesting. Leposa not fighting for that rune. Very curious.
Yeah. Again, maybe expected Bane could have been there. I don't know if Bane showed at the bottom, but either way. We have a 2 for 2. Instead, I expect...
Probably just not wanting to get forced to skill Burrow Strike is the main thing.
Yeah, you want that Sandstorm early. I was going to say, though, I asked Mike, speaking of the Sandstorm, he's got a Sentry Ward already. Ready to go. And there we go.
Drop it down.
Denied.
Exactly
Not going to reveal it. Oh, okay. Now they know.
Yeah. Now he's aware.
He's just eating a ton of damage.
He really is. I think he... Okay, well, obviously they did know because the Sentry comes out from Flea and he does counter it, but It's almost like he was assuming that was just his attacks that was showing himself for a second. But he's fine. Pop some regen. Good to go. OD does pick up that equilibrium. Faceless Void. Gotta ask again. Is this that Battle Fury game, or gonna see the Mask of Madness early tempo?
I did like the way that he built it last time, which the Mask of Madness into the Battle Fury. It does make quite a bit of sense this game, giving them the early kill potential on the Terrorblade. Being able to use that chrono early seems pretty valuable. Well, whether he follows it up with the Battle Fury afterwards remains to be seen, but probably just because Wave clear good against Terrorblade, and he wants to be able to keep up with the Terrorblade's farm. Otherwise, this game could be over once it gets to the mid-late stages.
I was watching the exchange right there the whole time. Phoenix and Rasta were going at it, and Phoenix just one auto attack from Death himself. He got the better of it in the end, as we saw First Blood going his way. Battling for the, I don't know if it was a 2-minute runes or just happened to be coincidence in the same area. Either way, going for Phoenix and thus Team. Having a good start there.
I stop you.
He's going to have to go back to base, though, to throw up some regen, of course. How is the middle lane looking? 12-3 OD versus a 9-1 Mirana, who currently has a double damage rune activated. But OD is winning this middle matchup right now.
Yeah, just denying Roya ability to hit creeps pretty regularly with the Astral Imprisonment. It's allowing him to get those key denies, but not contesting the double damage.
Of course, against a hero with that strong mobility. Understandable, want to go for it. Starstorm happening, and doesn't get the double head on CCNC, but still going to put some good auto attacks in. So you have OD with the double no talisman himself. Top lane, nope, well, this is fine. Still no sentry to replace the one that they lost earlier, it looks like. So Lelis has that free reign, sitting in the sandstorm.
Yep.
As he walks away here at the creep wave, being pushed in. Grimstroke trying to jungle, that's why. Nice job with the Stroke of Fate to get the last hit in there. Ritsu's getting low at the bottom lane.
Yeah, already used Time Walk. He's going to have to salve up Nusham, trying to cancel it, but isn't able to get the hit. Kitrak very low, has no regen left. He's going to have to be very careful positioning or just go back to base.
Ritsu just running at Brax. Already has a Soul Ring. And Ritsu to get some more Fire Spirits. Here's a Time Walk. So this Fire Spirit's annoying. In middle lane, Ryoya. He's going to be fine. But getting somewhat low right there. Does not have a salve on him. He's going to deliver one out, though, and finish a Wraithband on top of that. So that'll definitely come into play. It's Phoenix rotating around, but he was pulling a creep wave with him, so they know exactly, at least, where he was for that time.
Here's something interesting. CCNC has Tranquil Boots queued up for this OD.
Oh.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Yeah, again, haven't seen the new OD. You know,
I can't imagine he's actually going to finish that, but
no, I think he is. I happened to tune into a stream last night, just randomly going through streams. I'll get to that in a second, because bottom lane. Faceless Void going to time walk into the 5-minute bounty runes come out. Ritsu getting very greedy right here, and it might backfire. The Malphite stun's ending, though, and he actually does TP away. Gets to the shrine and heals on up. I was going to say, he likes this. He was talking about this specific build because he got asked the question. And I forget his exact logic, to be honest, but it was along the lines of this hero's already, you know, pretty slow. It obviously is a great speed burst for the hero, and the health regen is what he really likes out of it compared to the other boot upgrades. So, as a player preference right there.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. I mean, he's a hero that wants to stay on the map as much as possible, fighting as much as possible, so just destroys Mirana.
Yeah. That Sanity's Eclipse comes down, and Mirana did not have any hope. Caught in that imprisonment. So, clearly showing that he is comfortable with OD right now, and is now top net worth in the game. Mirana Rana's having a bit of a struggle. 22-5 against a 30-13 OD, and with the death right there. Gonna find herself in the recovery mode in this early game.
CCC gonna hit the shrine, top himself back up, come back to lane, and continue to bully Roya. This bottom lane, Kitrak, taking a huge amount of damage.
Yeah, he's dead.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Too much coming at him. Those demonic conversions, level 3 now from Brax.
Early rotation.
Siege, and yeah, very early with the metaform. They're pushing tier 1 down here.
They really like to do this move. Sammy Boy happy to get out of the lane as possible, but the immediate response by Luposa, bringing the Sand King down.
And again, this early Vanguard build, we're seeing this a lot, especially on this hero. So not only it throws on the Sandstorm, but if he happens to get jumped, he can fight. He's not really that scared right now. So yeah, that rotation doesn't really work out as planned for Team, and he'll jungle a little bit as well as falling back to his own jungle. In that middle lane again, OD doing so much damage to Ryoya with the equilibrium up. Not enough for the kill, but gets him low enough to fall back and gonna pop a shrine. Top lane, Phoenix, Icarus dive. No, he canceled it actually. Sleep up on a Grimstroke, Ritsu. Just kind of runs back at Ike's Mike, so just some back and forth. But yeah, OD dominating now in the middle lane, I think it's safe to say.
Yep, definitely. CCNC is going to be an issue. So is Brax's Enigma. He's level 6. Ritsu only level 4. About to be level 5 on this Void, but just following the Void around, making sure kept down as much as possible.
He's got the Kaya queued up on the OD. Understandable there. And they smoke towards the top lane, him and Kitrak. I would love to catch the Terror Blade, who's actually not here. Never mind, he's in his own jungle. I guess Enigma would be the target up here. Dire scans this, though.
Double damage.
Got something, and Braxis falling back. Yeah, they might still be able to catch him. There's those Tranquil Boots. Into play. That's speed burst.
Not time, but
A celestial body.
CCNC is way too strong right now.
Yeah. He's going to TP right back to the middle lane as soon as the creep wave comes to his tower.
And he's got a decent amount of int.
Yeah, he's got the Eclipse ready to use. But not going to find the opening there at least. Some good vision comes down for the middle lane. But Terrorblade, Sammy Boy, even though the whole rotation for a tower push didn't necessarily work, he went into the jungle. He's doing just fine.
Yeah, I think this rotation is actually kind of smart because it gets him out of the more dangerous tier 1 top area and puts him in this dire triangle where the farm is easy to come by, especially if you're a Terrorblade who can tank Ancients with your illusions. So it actually sets Sammy Boy up probably better, even though he didn't get the initial kill or tower kill in the bottom lane.
Nice ink swell right there to help OD get away at the bottom. All the way down here, Lola stuns in.
He has a mango.
Sammy Boy pops meta, but now OD rushing him with the Eclipse comes down. He's going to black hole for this. Yes, he is. However, it's stopped immediately. OD does get killed, though, so I guess mission accomplished there. Terrorblade coming out of that Astral Imprisonment to sleep up on Shadow Shaman. It's going to allow him to run away from the shackles. Lolas cannot pursue. You'll take it if you're team. You killed the OD with that black hole, essentially.
Absolutely.
Dire's top tower.
Sammy Boy gets away. He's going to be able to continue to pressure the tower if he wants to, or just go back to farm. They're going to contest for these bounty runes.
Nice Burrow Strike. The Sandstorm. It takes down Phoenix. Ike's Mike's also dead, it looks like.
That is so strong.
He's got to sleep, so maybe not. Lolas does not have another Burrow Strike. Yeah, it is a lot of damage. It's level 4, I assume. Absolutely 100 plus damage. Or 100 damage even per second. Middle.
Lots of space for Ritsu, though. He's going to go for that mask, as expected.
Okay. And yeah, whether or not he goes about it for a follow-up, we'll see. But yeah, just that mask early. Talked about just a good tempo setter.
Yeah, the farming, the attack speed really good for farming. As well as the, fighting inside the Chronosphere, and the lifesteal also helps him farm. So farm. Interesting smoke by this Enigma and Bane to the mid lane. They're going to wrap around in CC&C here. They do have the level 3 Brain Sap, but no Fiend's Grip yet.
Middle tower is under attack.
Malphite's done. Centaur's running in.
Arrow.
Yeah, that is going to get him. Using that Helm of the Dominator, well played. However, Nisham goes down at the top lane, so they get a kill in return. They did use a Chronosphere for that too. Again, losing OD though, slowing down his early game, and they get the mid-tier 1, so I still think Team overall, again, big picture. We're pretty good about what happened there. Granted, they will lose the top tier 1 though.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, absolutely. This tier 1 mid is far more important. Tier 1 top is basically the least important tower in the game, aside from maybe tier 1 bottom.
Dire are scanning.
That mid opens up Roche potential, which, I mean, they can do anytime they want with the Terrorblade, pretty much.
Marana, triple Wraith Band, the Maelstrom. It's going to be coming along. Phoenix pushing out top as much as he can, but they're back to the bottom lane with the Terrorblade. Metamorphosis ready yet again.
Krax has dust. Just ferried it out to himself.
There we go. They used it. So he's just sitting back, though, behind the tower. He just finished his Crimson Guard. We're seeing, this is something else that we've had a couple times, too. It's just a very early Crimson pickup on Sand King.
Yeah, the Sandstorm's owning the Eidolons and the Enigma.
Well, that's one way to do it.
Pow! Kaya picked up on the OD, and
yeah, that's becoming one of those abilities. It's more and more clear. It's almost like a march, you know. Fighting into a march against a Tinker is obviously a no-no in a lot of cases. I feel like that's a similar thing with the Sandstorms of Sand King. People are still kind of getting used to just that damage it puts out. You can't. It's 100 damage per second. I mean, you stand in it for so long.
That's very high.
Yeah, and right there, perfect example, especially with the OD rotation. Presses R, easy kill. And
this OD build with the triple nulls, each one of them amping the spell damage, gets the Kaya on top, amps the spell damage. He's got 98 int, and that Sandy's Eclipse multipliers 9 times your int differential against these other heroes, which is quite high at the moment. Plus the spell amp.
Yep. Factor that in as well. Terrorblade.
Dire's bottom tower is
the
under
reason why
attack.
he melted right there with the Enigma. So Sand King goes back to farming in the jungle. Of course, the Blink Dagger probably going to be next in line, and they're rotating over here. They are going to find him. Remember, he has that Crimson. You know, over the arrow follow-up, and okay, I mean, they did use a Supernova Evil, which, as we see, might not have been 100% necessary, but just in case.
Dire's top tower
and they get
is
it.
under attack.
Lots of space for Ritsu. He's pushing tier 2 top. Has the Sporting Cast in the jungle. They've definitely done that traditional trade size where now the map is basically split vertically instead of diagonally across the mid. Radiant wards controlling the jungle. Dire wards controlling the Radiant jungle. Another smoke. Black Hole is online. Brax is the Blink Dagger queued up next. They're going to run into CC&C here.
Enigma, that's an Invis rune, so he can definitely set up with the Black Hole. The other supports coming in, they see the ward now and realize that's why they're falling back. So, good ward placement there. It does get counter, but of course it helps keep OD alive in that case. Mission accomplished there. The bounty rune spawning. And again, going to be that 2 for 2. Sand King continues.
By test 1, 2, 3. They may look to just drop wards on this tier 3. Is that what they're thinking?
Oh,
Radiant Courier, though, spotted by this ward. So.
Oh, up here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dagger also delivering out. What did I notice? Oh, yeah. Faceless Void Maelstrom. So he's going to go the Maelstrom follow-up this game. No Battlefield.
Okay. Opting for a quicker damage follow-up to the Mask of Madness. The magic damage also being good at cut. Cleave being somewhat nerfed, where it no longer cleaves pure damage off of the main target and is affected by armor. on all the units that it hits, so seems like a good adaptation.
Oh, Lilith goes down to the bottom lane. I saw him hiding in a sandstorm earlier. Just figured he would just do his own thing, eventually get out, but they see that, of course, and they catch him. So that's a couple of deaths now on him, and that Blink Dagger is being delayed. I feel like that's fairly crucial for the Radiant squad. His farm was so good early on, the early Crimson Guard, but Blink's going to be a bit longer than he hoped for.
He's definitely their main setup, but they do drop the wards in Roche. And they're going to go for this play.
Yeah, OD is not a good Roshan killer.
He's getting bashed constantly. Void shows up, however.
Yeah, I mean, if the Dire team gets any hint that Roshan's happening right now, they're definitely going in, but I guess they just don't know. You know what? They're still going to fall
Very
back.
awkward.
Yeah.
Very awkward. They see the TP's into the shrine.
Yeah, they see it's low now, so...
Radiant's bottom tower
those are
is
the
under
Rasta
attack.
wards committed. Just to soften it up for the time being.
Yeah, I love this ward by Dire, but it gets dewarded immediately.
Chasing Vaposa, but again, he doesn't have a blink. So he's relying just on that level 4 Burrow Strike. There's a ward here from the Dire that we'll see exactly where they are. Gonna keep their distance. And now Faceless is back in Roshan, back-to-back bash procs on him. Taste of his own medicine there. They're going for it now.
Deal, but it's getting quite low. And Roshan keeps aggroing onto him.
Get off.
He's like unable to un-aggro Roshan.
Oh, this
It's
is
actually
so
very important that he does
yeah.
not get bashed.
Oh,
Oh my god! The snipe from the arrow.
Okay, I mean, they're still gonna get it, but that's
Radiant's
hilarious.
bottom tower is under attack.
Double damage.
Clip it.
Spawns. Yeah, that's a clip right there. OD will pick it up. I kind of wonder if they were going to give it to OD anyways or not, but either way, that's hilarious. The whole team moves out of the way, and then it just smacks him in the face.
Dude, that Roche was just constantly aggroed onto him.
I liked him.
But the sandstorm keeping Laposa invisible, just making it so he was always getting aggroed.
I watched the anti-mage game earlier.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
He's pissed off. Oh, so he's back up. Not the end of the world, but
CCNC is just up here wrapping around by himself with the double damage. His team running the other way. He might get caught.
oh, Mirana already TP'd out.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, it's just Enigma now, and
Radiant are scanning.
Mirana hadn't TP'd out at that second, you know, maybe. Not the case, though. Radiant scans over here. Terrorblade is hiding. They saw him. Hang out. Here we go. Stun in.
Have the disable.
Sunder. He can't get it off. He mentioned disables there. The Astral Imprisonment. That's going to finish it down here. The Chronosphere used as well. They kill the Phoenix save. There goes Sammy Boy's death, and they kill Bane as well. Double kill for CCNC. That worked out.
The Astral and walk away.
Yep.
Love it.
It was enough. So catch team doing a little push at the bottom lane. Terrorblade is taken out. Again, his net worth has been rising a bit. Slow him down there. And now Rasta wards go down to push the tier 1 bottom.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Obviously still the
Dire's
Aegis on
structures are
OG.
fortified.
Bounty.
Control those bounty runes as well.
Fortune's change.
Terrorblade.
Speed the brush.
Okay, he's going to go the Manta style. You got to figure he needs a BKB this
Dire's
game, though,
bottom
too.
tower has fallen.
Yeah, BKB queued up on the Mirana. Terrorblade won't want to fight until he has one of his own. Sanities can just completely destroy this hero, both from the damage and also the fact that it just deletes his mana pool. Caught the Grimstroke. No arrow follow-up yet.
I was meant to have this.
Not going to use it. Trying to almost bait out that banner, and it felt like. So, not happening. Laposa does have that blink now, as we see, for a little bit. It is going to be a Yasha and Kaya on OD in full.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. Hero loves attack speed. Obviously, he loves the damage from the Kaya. Has the Force Staff on top of it. Help chase. feeling pretty strong right now, but he's
that's 5
completely
heroes
alone.
Yeah, that's an Aegis for sure. Or can Fleet do anything about it? The arrows in the back? Yeah, not going to happen. So they're going to kill CCNC. Will they kill him a second time? Black hole.
Does not. Here's the supernova.
That's a very good supernova. The black. Oh, the Astral Prism on himself. Solis comes in. There's a stun hitting, and there's the black hole follow-up. Oh, he's pulled in. Sammy Boy just pounding with the meta. Lelis goes down as well. Great patience there from Team to set that all up.
CCNC just playing a little bit too alone with this Aegis. Kronos here in the mid lane. Terrorblade's caught, but not enough damage. Ritsu.
Really? Tried to kill him there.
Tried for a solo kill, but
Radiant's bottom tower.
this is a 1500 HP Terrorblade.
Radiant structures.
36 armor, I think, is the bigger thing. Sure, he has a
There's
maelstrom.
that too.
Yeah, I don't know. That's very ambitious there. Get that kill.
Mike has found another one.
Yes, he has. Shadow Shaman, easy kill. And obviously with the Mirana, she's becoming more and more of a threat. You mentioned that BKB for her being built. Getting one step closer.
test321 not looking all that crisp in these games, but Team also playing very well.
OD building his own BKB this game, so proven to be a popular item. But yeah, I agree with you. It seemed like test123, just another case there of on separate pages almost. Team so far throughout today in general has seemed like the team that's been playing together and with the right idea. It's happening to mean they have a 1-0 lead right now and trying to take back a lead here in game 2. Very close, if anything. Sand King Lotus Orbs next for him. Pretty good item. So,
Radiant are scanning.
they with the Enigma BKB, I suppose the Chrono is the only thing. And he is building it next.
Yep. He definitely needs to go heavier damage this game. I mean, there is the OD to dump damage into the Chronosphere, but as we saw there, he Chronos the Terrorblade, hits him. Not going to happen. Needs to maybe either focus the Mirana, but really, I think they drafted the Void to kill the Terrorblade, so it's going to be a while before he can actually do that.
This time around, Phoenix, he is going to go the Shivas. Which the last game he went that Scythe first, but that control, although it would be nice. Shivas, pretty good too.
Shadows take us.
As Ritsu is pushing out the top with his new Mjolnir. So yeah, goes that over the Shadow Blade. He was thinking about the Shadow Blade. So that's for the full Mjolnir instead.
More damage.
Sammy Boy caught. Where's the TP support? It's coming. He's going to be forced to BKB. Pops meta, says, let's go. But test123, of course, is going to just fall back. They get the BKB meta form.
Pretty happy with that.
That's that.
No real resources expended at all.
Yeah, that's that cooldown management from the Dire team that was stressed with the draft. That was going to be their biggest issue. And now with that on cooldown, especially the meta form wearing off here soon, it's pretty much a 2-minute window that test123 has. Granted, there's still the black hole and the supernova, but
I do feel like they could maybe pressure high ground in the top lane with wards. They are only level 1 wards, but still, you don't have the meta. They're going to pressure the tier 2 mid, at the very least, knowing that there's basically no way that Team can take a fight right now.
Dire's middle tower is under
Sage
attack.
and Yasha just finished on Terrorblade.
Tanking up.
There it goes.
Status resistance, helping against a bunch of stuns coming out from test123.
Yeah, never went the Manta style.
I don't think we've seen a Soulbind yet this game.
I agree. I don't think we have.
Dire's
Wards go
top
down.
tower is under
Kill the
attack.
Eidolons immediately. Arrows going through. Gonna be missed. Black hole.
Chipping through those wards.
Lelis.
Takes a huge amount of damage.
It's the son of Mirana. The Fiend's grip. Kronos through the back. Lets out. Goes right for Enigma. Wants him dead. No black hole threat, and he gets the kill, as well as the Bane. However, the buyback from Enigma now. You heard the sound of these eclipse going off. Flea in the distance. He's running away just barely. That Phoenix egg went off. Lelis, he's in a troublesome spot. Him and Rasta end up going down. So they kill 2. They got a buyback on Enigma, but they lose 2 themselves, and they did not kill the tier 3 tower either.
Radiant's bottom
No, I think they're still pretty happy with that, though, because now if they kill, pretty much free reign to take any fight they want. Enigma is really the main control and the assurance policy for this egg to go off. It was only level 1 wards as well, so.
Terrorblade running towards the bottom. I have Scotty's being queued up for him.
Does have meta and BKB. They're going to look to push this tier 2 mid, it looks like. Blink on Brax. BKB next. And Roshan has respawned. Aegis and Cheese available. Sammy Boy's going to walk in and find it.
Ooh, there you go. Yeah, Radiant's not stopping this right now.
No, they're all back in their base. CC&C split pushing top. This is a free Roshan.
Radiant scans over here, expecting them to almost be running in, I suppose. They're doing a smoke play, but it's not the case. It is Roshan, and he mentioned Aegis with the cheese. Aegis goes the way of Ryoya. They give the cheese to, well, Mirana for now. Okay, gives it off to Terrorblade. Makes sense there. OD and Faceless Void are up at the top lane together.
Chronosphere coming off cooldown 15 seconds. CC&C Sanity's Eclipse in 40. But he's just going to push out the wave. Sierra definitely does farm way faster than he used to with this AoE Arcane Orb.
Yeah. Terrorblade, though, is gaining a bit of a lead himself. 3,000 net worth right now. Over the next 2, both the OD and the Faceless Void in that spot. Mirana working on her Mjolnir. Core items, the Maelstone BKB finished. Overall satisfied, I'm sure, but Terrorblade, 37 or more 100 gold saved up. He's keeping on pushing that bottom lane. The rest of the team defending. So, again, test 1, 2, 3, finding themselves in a spot of couldn't really catch anyone, so still going around from the mid to the top lane. You got to give credit to Team. They're not giving them the opportunity to catch them out.
Team definitely playing a very controlled style, and that's good for them because we've definitely seen them come out hot in games and then just throw it away in the mid game. And right now they feel like they are very much more reserved and like thoughtful in what they're doing and how they're moving around the map.
Radiant structures are fortified.
So the bottom lane, they have to defend on the Radiant side of that tier 3 tower, taking too much damage.
Yeah, Sammy Boy doing a very good job split pushing with these illusions. Constantly getting this wave in. He almost has a Scotty if he wants it.
Oh, he's moving with the team. Nice counter ward there from Ike's Mike. They know OD's not with the team. He is going to TP towards the shrine up here. Moonlight Shadow's activated though from the dire side. And Ike's Mike is going to scout the double dust. That was overkill. So they do catch Bane at least. He's out for 40 seconds. He pretty much spots this Mirana gank though. Gives that information to the team.
We'll see if they try and capitalize. There is the Aegis, so they probably don't want to fight into that, but if they had vision in the bottom lane, they would know this is a good opportunity. And they may still just go. They do have wards off of cooldown.
Out of my way!
They are.
Yeah, these wards are going to go down.
Level 2 wards.
That is the tower for sure. Ritsu into the trees looking for an angle.
They're pinging over there.
Ike's Mike knows.
Yeah, they saw it happen there. Soulblind does catch a couple. Science with the BKB from Ryoya. Standing his ground, cutting off the wards. They kill tier 3. Ritsu is going to time walk over the ledge. They're still pinging that area as if, yeah, they know he's here somewhere, but he has a Shadow Blade. And he will get out. This is our definitely our slowest game yet as far as just the pace.
Yeah, I mean, hey, it's the elimination game for the grand finals, so both teams really taking it one step at a time. Test123 playing very carefully at the moment.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Again, this bottom lane. Jeez. We know D is able to do okay as far as protecting it, but that tower is taking plenty of damage just from the creep push. And
oh, top lane.
Yeah, they almost catch him. Whew. Scary call there. Of course, Phoenix doesn't have a scythe on him, so or a Yules or anything like that, even if he did spot him.
Yeah, Nusham going for the Aghanims. This is a fun item on Phoenix. Really good when you pair it with a Terrorblade. Give him a second life.
Feels good.
Radiant's top tower.
30 more seconds on the Aegis, so probably not going to get the use out of it necessarily in that sense, but they will still have cheese on Sammy Boy. And possible fight breaking out here at the top lane. Grimstroke, Faceless Void. Looking for their time.
Yeah, Vision, this ward's spotting this Void. And the Grimstroke.
Oh, he's just
really
charging in. Jeez. Like, so fast. Sammy Boy turning on to Lelis. Crimson Guard pops. He's already at half-life, though. He's playing very defensive. Equal, trying to help get him out as well. Pops the Sandstorm. Runs out immediately. Faceless Void in the Invis. There's the Aegis reclaim. Epicenter? Yeah, I was going to say, here being channeled, but they're not going to get the jump that they hope for. Sammy Boy back in, but Metaform, okay, still has plenty of time, actually. Going to use the ulti on him from Flea. He just melts. No one is ult-bind to. Ritz all he can do is just watch. Yikes.
BKB is down, though, so they need to back out. Not wanting to fight into this OD without the BKB active on the blade. Kid track. Looking to go split push this bottom lane, but he's going to place some wards on the shrine. Keep track of the movements. Sees Brax.
But yeah, Brax with the BKB now, so that Chronosphere, that much more important. Fiends Grip top. Where did they catch Sand King?
Oh, misses the arrow.
Creep in the way. Yeah, the angle there, a little unfortunate. He'll put a sleep on, but of course no arrow. Sand King's fine. Nusham, bottom lane. Had an egg, chose not to use it. Lost cause there anyways. So Test123 does capitalize on that kill. But yeah, again, goes back to Ritsu. These Chronospheres, specifically with that black hole BKB ready to go. Very, very reliant on him landing a clutch one. You just know it, especially in a game like this where it's a very methodical, slow pace. Eventually, that huge team fight will break out. Maybe the next
right now, this pace definitely favors Terrorblade. He's farming faster than the Void. Pretty significant amount. Has the Butterfly queued up. Definitely reaching that late game Terrorblade stage where he can become a 1v5 hero, especially when he has the supporting cast of the Bane and this Phoenix, potentially with Aghanims to back him up.
I got to think this next Roshan's going to be huge. It would be the third one as well. So we have less than a minute before it does spawn. Right now, Moonlight Shadow is used by the Dire. Okay, just for the bounty runes, really.
Look at all these sentries in the top lane.
Yeah, I see that.
By team. Looking for Ritsu.
Yeah, quite a bit. The Tinker sentry even up there. Oh, Sammy Boy. OD with the Astral Imprisonment. Gets blocked a little bit right there, but he is fine. Don't want to over-pursue.
Much more sentries go down.
Yep.
Look at these sentries, man.
The multiple sentry build really sees you. Sand King,
comes
in,
gets caught.
Yeah, Sammy Boy pops that mana. CCNC's already at half-life. He is melting with that BKB. He will survive. Force tapping away, though. Playing defense of the black hole. They wanted to get Ritsu killed. They get the kill. The black hole didn't even seem like it was necessary, but you can't blame it. They really knew that was a big kill. In fact, no buyback on a Faceless. Lelis.
Yeah, Ritsu popped the Mask of Madness in the middle of 5 heroes.
Oh,
That
did he
was a
really?
bold move. Yeah, he had no time walk because he just was silenced the whole time.
Well, the Chronosphere. I mean, that's the big thing, right? Either one.
He's hoping to burst down the Bane, but didn't get a bash and then just melted to the Terrorblade. And Roche is respawning
Pretty quickly.
very soon.
Yeah, it's a quicker respawn. About 10 seconds, it will be up, and I think the Dire team's going to look to do it, especially with no Chronosphere threat. Now, they don't have anything in there, so they actually are just going to push the lanes instead for the time being. You already got, look at Rossi, he's already over here.
Radiant's middle tower is under
Roche is
attack.
up.
Yeah, again, no one actually knows that, though, yet.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
They are going to head back, though, on the side of Team. There's some Ancients along the way. Rasta sees them farming over here. Is not going to make a move that way.
There are currently 17 sentries on the ground for the Dire side.
Counting all the... Whoa, they're TPing in. Sand King. Alpha stun. They run away on the side of Team quickly. So they did not really check Roshan the whole time, and now Faceless is back up. Bit of a miscue there. Again, you can't. It's easier for us to say that, but I feel like that was a prime time to try to get a tier 3 Roshan with Faceless Void there for another 20 seconds or so.
Yeah, again, just playing a little bit more passively in this game than they might in other situations. Both teams really respecting the other's team fight.
Okay, now this is interesting. They scanned Roshan on the Dire side. It hit, so they think they might be doing Roshan, but I mean now they'll realize. However, Faceless trying to get that set up. They do catch the Mirana. Soulbind comes out.
That's a big kill. Oh, the save from
If they kill, they're not going to kill. The save,
off.
they eat the cheese. Ryder's going to be fine now. Sammy Boy in the backlines. He's going for Kit Rack. Astral Imprisonment put out. Looks like on Fleet is saving a little bit longer, not nearly enough, though. Chronosphere, again, still ready to be used. You see the Supernova going off in the backlines, waiting for that Chrono. The Black Hole also, though. There's the Chrono. It does catch Enigma. He gets Sammy Boy, but arrowed immediately, and the return damage not necessarily the greatest. Faceless Void just goes down. Instead, OD has to just run. He still has his Sanity's Eclipse. The coordination just feels very off, unfortunately, for test123. But Team T makes all the capitalizations, and they are going to take Roshan now with ease.
Refresher Shard gonna go over to this Enigma, I would believe, and that is a very scary prospect to fight into if you're Test1. Not able to find a good team fight yet, pretty much for this entire game, and fighting a double black hole is that's a yikes.
You could tell that's where that mind game comes into play. Just the threat of the black hole alone, Chronosphere is the only stopper, and that just really feels bad if you're the Faceless Void. Because you want to use that Chronosphere so badly to initiate in a fight, to start it, but he kept waiting. He kept waiting for the Enigma to show up. I mean, the Chrono ended up being legit. It was pretty solid, but that arrow hitting right as it happened, as you mentioned.
And let's be honest, IX, my God, that save on the Mirana proved to be extremely impactful because that Mirana arrow ended up with the fight very.
Yeah, that's true. Doesn't save him, then who knows what happens. They're going to jump in on Terrorblade. He doesn't have a cheese now in his inventory. It's in his backpack, but he centers up anyways. Lela's going to end up falling most likely. Imprisonment will save him a little bit longer. There's that Shiva's initiation right there. Lelis does stay alive, trying to get the kill. There's Sanity's Eclipse. Takes down Murata. Soulblind on 2. Thanks, Mike and Sammy Boy. It is wearing off, though. Black Hole from Brax. It does catch Shadow Shaman and OD. They both go down. No buybacks from either. And now
another
the
one, too, if they need it, but they don't.
That's true. He has a Refresher Shard. He doesn't have mana, to be fair, but they're just going to push the bottom racks. I mean, without OD, they might feel like this is over. Faceless Void Chronosphere in 2 seconds, I suppose. Now, there is a Tier 2 tower up top.
And they give the Refresher Shard to Sammy Boy, so he has a second Metamorph KB, and they're just going to go for the end right.
They want to finish right here, right now. Go to the grand finals here of the PGL Bucharest Minor North American Qualifiers. Phoenix.
Look how little damage this
just
is doing.
Yeah, you're not going to kill him. That's a Shiva's. As well as that plus health talent. He easily stays alive. Fiend's Grip on the BKB. Faceless Void, and as soon as Sammy Boy turns to him, he evaporates. They might as well call GG. They will. Game 2 and the series goes to Team. They are going to the grand finals, and I'll tell you what, they're probably a little frustrated they have to wait to play till tomorrow because the way they played today, exactly, they're feeling it. They're looking good. Back-to-back 2-0 series. They're playing as a team well, so hopefully they can keep that up for their own sake into tomorrow.
Yeah, you got to give test123 a little bit of leeway. They just came off a very grueling series against Complexity, but team, I mean, I definitely was rating them as the underdog here, and they did not look like it at all.
Yeah. No, they played well. Impressive victory coming out for them, and again, 2-0 victories back-to-back series to win today and move on to the grand finals. They will need to win that series, though, to ultimately qualify for the minor, and who their opponent will be. Well, it still could technically be any of the 3 teams at this point, but that does mean our day 2 is now set up. 3 more best-of-3s to come as far as tomorrow is concerned here for the Bucharest Minor North American Qualifiers. And we do have our matches set. It will be Anime 11 Esports versus Complexity. The winner of that will advance on to face test123, and then the winner of that series will get the matchup against Team in the grand finals. But again, Team looking good, deserving, and advancing on all the way. So test123, they still have their hope. They still have their chance. I have to see what it's like when it comes to tomorrow. But that means our coverage for today. We are going to be wrapping up. Again, our 3 best-of-3s for today. All of them happen to be 2-0s. But in the end, we did have some very entertaining Dota, I think it's safe to say. And glad to be a part of it. So, Elevated, any last words, any shout-outs from yourself?
Yeah, buy more Sentry Wards. It worked for IX Mike, and it's something that I remember Jenkins talking about when we did our patch notes analysis video. He basically said that Sentry Wards are the most overpowered item in the game. They've been buffed in like 10 patches in a row. They're huge. They last forever. And clearly they win you games.
Perfect example here. So Team, Sentry Ward Gaming, successful. Reason why they won, amongst other things, of course. But no, good team effort. Looked good. We'll see how they continue that momentum again in the grand finals tomorrow. They do get to sit back and wait to see who their opponent is by the end of the night. But we are wrapping up for tonight. Want to thank you guys as always for tuning in. I believe the qualifiers is the China qualifiers going on right now, or is it Southeast Asia? Might be South. Actually, I believe it's Southeast Asia. So Southeast Asia, yeah, that'll be kicking off here in just a little bit, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, just over an hour from now, I believe, is when that is set to happen. So that'll be day 2 of the Southeast Asia qualifiers even. And you can look forward to more exciting Dota from there. But tomorrow, we'll see you back for the North America region and see if Team can complete it, or if somebody will come through in their place instead to the grand finals. I was BreakyCPK, joined by Elevated. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Have a good night. We'll see you guys tomorrow.